Imagine being Olympic competitive since 2008. Well, I'm Michelle Floyd, and welcome to this week's Behind the Grind. And today, I have Bonnie Brandon, who is our athlete who has been Olympic competitive since 2008. So, Bonnie, tell us a little bit about your swimming career starting from when you became Olympic competitive.
Okay, so when I was 14 years old, I got my first Olympic trials cut in the 200 back. I got it at a sectional meet in March, and Olympic trials were that July. It was like the end of July, beginning of, or end of June, beginning of July. And like that's still like my best swimming moment, was getting an Olympic trials cut. I got it by 5/100ths of a second, which is like barely. Like I was so happy to get that, and I was so young that I had no idea, what that meant. And so that year we went to Olympic trials, just me and my coach. My parents came. It was in Omaha, Nebraska at the Quest Center. And it's like the environment there is unreal, like crazy, like it's the Olympics basically. Like U.S. Olympic trials for swimming is the fastest meet in the world. It's faster than the Olympics. It's faster than like any other country's Olympic trials, just because the U.S. swimming wise is like incredible. And so like the competition and like the atmosphere there is like crazy. And I was young and nervous and freaking out. And so I went into prelims and I dropped like 3 seconds off my best time, which was, it was, nothing I ever expected to do. I was going to go, swim prelims, get the experience, and then move on. And I actually made it back to semifinals. I was the only one that was like 15 and under. I think the next oldest was 16 or 17. So I was the youngest in semifinals. Ended up 14th overall at that Olympic trials, which was pretty cool. Just got me excited for 2012 and 2016 now. Went into 2012 with no expectations of making the Olympic team. Like I'm still young. I didn't really expect it. I was 18. And I went and I made semifinals, and then I made finals, because you swim it 3 times. And finals were the day after prelims and semis. Ended up getting 4th. A little disappointed, just because when you come so close, you're like, all right, I could have gone like 2/10 faster, which was the difference between 2nd place and 4th place, was 2/10 of a second. So to miss it by that much is a little, it's hard, but since I didn't really expect it in the beginning, it wasn't as bad. And then after that, I just got excited for these next 4 years leading up to 2016. And I'm excited for this like next summer, because it's like the last one, like the last summer before Olympic trials, which like the last summer before Olympic trials is like when people start dropping crazy amount of times. Like the Olympic trial cuts are out, and so everybody's gearing up for getting their Olympic trials cuts to go to the meet and try and make the Olympic team. So I'm really excited. It's been great being at Arizona. It's changed like my whole swimming life. Like it's a lot different than club swimming, which I went to the first Olympic trials on my club team. So it's a little different being on a college team and training, and like you have to train for the college season, and then you train all summer for Olympic trials and nationals and USA swimming stuff.
And so then when you say you qualified 4th, to make the team you have to make 2nd, correct? So then of those 2008 and of 2012, what would you say impacted you the most from that experience?
I think it's just being with all the other competitors, honestly. Like being in that environment and seeing how these people warm up and prepare is like really cool. Like my first one, I was 14 and I was still, like freaking out about Olympians walking next to me, like or swimming in my lane for warm up. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mac Reavers, he's in my lane. Like, what do I do? And then even in 2012, like after finals, like I was a little upset and I was just warming down. And Nathan Adrian's like the best sprinter in the country, in the world even. He got gold in the 100 free at the Olympics, and he like talked to me in the pool, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's talking. And so just like being around these people to see like what they've done and like how they keep a level head through all of that really made me, reevaluate how I go at a swim meet, like how my mental game comes into a swim meet and like what I have to do to prepare. And I was like, I need to be like these people if I want to, achieve what they've achieved. So that was probably the biggest impact, was just seeing these people do what they know how to do, and they do it so well. So.
And like you just mentioned that mental impact of how it's changed your preparation. Did you take that preparation to college, or is that preparation any different between college swimming and Olympic swimming?
It is a little different, just because college is so team-based. And USA swimming and all like the Olympic stuff is very individual. Like once you go to the Olympics, you're on the team. But everything leading up to that is very individual. And so when my freshman year, I had to really, switch my mindset to figure out how to be on a team. Because I was, this only one basically on my club team that was good. And
Right.
so I swam, I went, all over the country by myself with my coach. And then I came here and I've got, 20 other girls that are going for the same thing. And so, being on relays and that like excitement and energy really gets you going and gets you like swimming really fast. So it was cool coming in freshman year to have all these people with the same goal, and you like all want to do one thing. You all want to win a national championship. You want to win individually and you want to win as a team. And so it's definitely changed. It's been an interesting switch for sure.
That's so cool. And like in your college career, you've already broken a record of a school record, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've broken some individual records as well, correct?
Yeah.
So
So I won.
Tell us a little about that.
I broke the Arizona school record in the 200 back my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I did that in like December of my freshman year, so basically right when I got here, and that's my best event. And there's 2 more that I'm hoping to get this year. I should have gotten them last year, but anyway, I'll get those this year. Yeah, and then just at dual meets, traveling around. Some pools have pool records, some don't. But in Washington State, I broke 2 of their pool records. One of them was held by a current Olympian, Haley Anderson, the 500 free, and I barely broke that one. It was close. So yeah, it's cool just to go around and leave a little impact on pools and different schools and different people around the country. Yeah.
And has anybody in particular really impacted you?
Yeah, I'd say definitely my coaches, like a lot. And Margot Gear, she just graduated, so she's just doing post-grad swimming now. But my coaches, like Rocket, our head coach now, he has been like a rock through everything. We had so many coaching issues last year. Like our head coach abandoned us basically. He just disappeared and we never saw him. Like never knew what happened. And so we were like a coach short, and he was our head coach. So like, who's going to lead us? How are we going to get through this year? And Rocket, stepped up, and he's done amazing with this team. And like everybody respects him. Everybody wants to be part of his team. So that's helped me. It's definitely helped my swimming because he's all about the mental game. It's not even always like swimming. He's all about mental and like making that the strongest point, because that's what's going to waver like when it comes down to it. Like at the end, that's your mind is going to tell you to stop.
Right.
So I've improved on that due to Rocket, and then Margot has been like my role model my freshman and sophomore year. She was my roommate sophomore year, and she's like incredible. Like you never see her worried, like you never see her anxious, you never see her nervous. She is, but she doesn't show it, and that's something you need to do for your teammates. Is you can't let them know that you're worried. You can't let them know that you're freaking out about losing or winning. It's just like you got to keep that face up for your teammates, and you got to be strong. And that's one thing I've took from her and I've taken to my team now.
That's really cool, and it's amazing seeing the impact different people can have on athletes, both at the U of A and outside of the U of A. So just like those type of connections, I think are so special, especially in college sports.
Right. Yeah. The people on other teams like have an impact on you. You see these other girls doing amazing things. You're like, how the heck is she doing that? I want to do that. And you just kind of watch them around the pool deck, and you learn from everybody. You're really close with everybody. Swimming world's so small, everybody knows everybody. So you just you take a little bit from each person and help it to improve your own game, I guess.
That's just one of the most amazing things to hear, just how connected all college sports are.
Yeah.
And so then you're also a nutritional science major. So then what do you plan to do with your major post-swimming?
Post-swimming, I'm going to go to nursing school and then become a nurse, hopefully an ICU nurse. I really love interacting with people and like helping people, talking to them, seeing what's up with their day. And I think I was in the ICU with my grandpa once, and I was like blown away with how nice his nurses were. Like they were so sweet and like so caring of the family, and like always at his bedside when he needed them. And it's just something I want to do, and I want to impact other people's lives.
And that's just a great story, and good luck with following your swimming career and with nursing, and we will be following you as you continue for 2016.
Thanks.
And thank you for tuning in to this week's Behind the Grind, and we will see you next week.